Hi there, it's Lara Waldman, the Abundance Activator, and today I'd like to share something with you today that's a little bit more on the personal side and talk a little bit more about the subject of money and abundance. So I received a post from a stranger on social media. I was sharing an upcoming webinar, this free training I've got called Why the Universe Wants You to Be Wealthy. And this woman responded and said, "This post absolutely discusses me. Yes, the only thing that matters in life is having abundance of money," kind of sarcasm. "This is how the human race will go extinct, greed." And it was really interesting because, well, there's a few things. First, I thought, oh my gosh, she's completely misunderstood my post and what this free training is all about. But on a personal level, what's fascinating to me is that I had a huge fear that kept me paralyzed from taking action in my business and my purpose. So I knew I was supposed to be out in the world speaking about all sorts of things, and yet my biggest fear kept me absolutely paralyzed and frozen to take action. And this was what I call the fear of persecution. This was the fear of being judged and ridiculed and criticized. So this post that I received from this stranger was absolutely the thing I was scared of the most, to receive criticism, to be misunderstood, because I come from a place of great love and deep desire to make a positive difference on this planet, to transform people's lives. And I know my heart, but when someone misunderstands who I am, that was a very fearful, a painful experience. But what's interesting is now that it's happening, because this is starting to happen now as my business grows and I'm more visible publicly, it doesn't land in the way that I thought. I don't have this really big fear response when strangers say unkind things. So that's interesting, right? Because this fear I had that kept me paralyzed, now that that fear is, or that old fear is manifesting in reality, it's actually fine. But I also felt that it's really worth talking a little bit more about greed, about the subject of money and abundance, because just to make sure it's clear, because maybe there's some aspects of this that aren't clear. The deeper purpose of this work is to transform our relationship with ourselves and our relationships with life. And I have found that using money in a conscious way is quite incredible. That money is an amazing amplifier. It amplifies your deepest shadows, your deepest blocks, where you're hiding yourself, where you're holding yourself back. And it also amplifies the truth of who you are and your soul's purpose, used in the way that I teach. So it's really amazing how it's the truth of who you are, and also the ways that you block yourself and hold yourself back from expressing your truth in the world. And money is a vehicle. So money is not the source of your happiness. It's very much a neutral energy, but we can use it to support you in a really powerful way. Because money is a neutral energy, we can use it in the shadow, we can use it to hurt and harm, and equally you can use it to empower and support. So I'm really interested in speaking to conscious, heart-centered entrepreneurs, business owners, people who really have a desire to make positive change in the world, to use this energy of money in a transformative, positive way. So as we've seen what it does in the shadow, in the dark side, and it can create a lot of harm and pain. But the main thing is that people are looking towards the outside world to feel okay. So what is greed? What is greed? And I believe greed comes from a place of lack, feeling like there's a hole inside, there's a void inside. And external things will never ever fill that void, will never ever heal that pain, fill that gap, remove that feeling of loneliness and separation. You might have temporary boosts of excitement or thrill, but they're temporary. And it's like the hungry ghost. You can never feed it enough. So money alone will never feed that pain, that gap inside. And what happens is people go around desperately trying to find the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, more, 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 and then I'll feel okay. And the problem is the pain never goes away. So what I'm really interested in looking at is, how do we take a good close look within? What's going on within? What is that void? What is that pain? What is that hole? What is that feeling of loneliness or separation, dissatisfaction? And fill that gap up from the inside out. And then you're coming from a place of, ideally, eventually, total centeredness and connection, peace and fulfillment. So when you're moving forward from a place of greater fulfillment and centeredness and connection, all your action is aligned with that. So when you're moving forward from a place of separation or lack or scarcity or fear or anger or hurt or pain, can you imagine the kind of action you might take from that place? Often it can create a lot of pain in the outside world for others as well, because unacknowledged pain spews outwards. So I'm really here to help and support, empower you to really take the reins of your life, to take responsibility for yourself, to transform your inner world, to transform your outer world in the way that you truly desire. Because what do we truly desire? Well, I've talked to hundreds of people about what they truly desire. And they tell me they want freedom, peace, to feel happy, feel joy, feel connected, to feel fulfilled. And they want to contribute. People want to contribute to others. And we contribute to others when we're coming from a place of feeling whole and complete within ourselves. So, we start by talking about money. But as you can see, that's just the start of the conversation. This work is really about transforming on a very, very deep level your inside world to then transform your outside world. So, this really isn't about greed. It's quite the opposite, in fact. But it's also about allowing yourself to receive the abundance that the universe has on offer for you. So experiencing lack or scarcity with money is also not in alignment with your true nature. Rejecting money is not actually serving anyone, because money is something that we exchange with in this reality at this time. So we want to use it, but in a really conscious way, in a way that's going to contribute to your life and the lives of others. Rejecting never works. So we need to dive in and transform it from the inside out. Money's not your God. Money's not your solution, but you can use it consciously to really create the life that you truly desire. So if you're interested in this subject, please, reach out. I've got lots of amazing free content for you. Come visit my website. You can find out more. You can get my book. I've got free trainings, all sorts of great juicy stuff for you. And please reach out and get in touch. I'd be happy to continue this conversation with you further. Sending you huge amounts of love for now, and speak to you again very soon.